Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you the topic of the child tax credit for the year 2021. We're going to be talking about the October payment and going over along with questions and answers. Don't forget, we're also going to be talking about the last day to qualify for the California stimulus. We also have information for the IRS to monitor transactions in U.S. bank accounts for over $600. So stay tuned to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you are interested in the latest news regarding child tax credit, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And if you're interested in learning how to get cash back from your food stamps or any grocery shopping, make sure you check out this video, How to Get Cash Back from Your Food Stamps. Link will be in the video description. You can also use the Ibotta app to get cash back when doing your grocery shopping. And don't forget about your $10 once you've used the referral code on the screen and uploaded your first receipt. Now let's start with the topic of the October payment for the child tax credit for the year 2021. Remember, today is the 15th of the month, which means that those with children who qualified for the child tax credit should receive a payment of anywhere between $250 to $300. So when does the child tax credit arrive in the month of October? The fourth payment date is Friday, October 15th, which means today, with the IRS sending most of the checks via direct deposit. The IRS is relying on bank account information provided by people through their tax returns or via its non-filer tool, which is aimed at people who don't normally file tax returns. The bank deposit will be labeled as Child CTC. The remaining two payments will arrive on the 15th of November, and then you'll receive another one on the 15th of December. And for those who wish to opt out of the October payment, what are your options? So some people may want to opt out of the monthly cash payments. That can make sense for people who would rather claim the entire CTC on their tax returns in early 2022, which could provide a bigger tax refund, for example. Unfortunately, it's too late to unenroll from the October payment, as the IRS deadline to opt out was on October 4th. However, families can still opt out for the final two checks by unenrolling via the child tax credit update portal by these dates. So to unenroll for the November 15th payment, the deadline to unenroll would be on November 1st. If you wish to unenroll from the December 15th payment, the deadline would be November 29th. So just make sure you keep these deadlines in mind if you wish to unenroll from receiving the upcoming payments. Now let's talk about glitches. Have there been payment glitches with the child tax credit? Some parents have reported glitches in receiving their monthly checks, which has caused some stress for families counting on the money. In September, dozens of parents reached out to the agency to report that they hadn't received their checks on the 15th of that month, when the money was supposed to be deposited. The IRS said that the delay may have been caused by parents changing information in the IRS Child Tax Credit Update portal, but that the families would receive their money. While the IRS says it will deposit the checks on the 15th, it is always possible that some families may see a delay due to glitches or other issues that arise. Now, will the child tax credit be extended beyond the year 2021? Child advocates and anti-poverty experts say the aid is needed to help millions of families still struggling with the ongoing impact of the pandemic. But there is a debate in Congress over whether the payments could convince some parents to drop out of the workforce, with Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat from West Virginia, suggesting the child tax credit should include a work requirement or some sort of work incentive. Under its current form, there is no work or income requirement to receive the payments, although there is a threshold that cuts out high-income families from receiving the checks. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think there should be a work requirement for people to receive these child tax credit payments? Let me know in the comment section down below. So what about those kids that were born in the year 2021? How can I enroll a child born this year? So the child tax credit is a tax credit for the 2021 tax year, which means children born in the current calendar year qualify for these payments. But as of yet, the IRS Child Tax Credit Update portal still doesn't have the functionality to add a child born in the year 2021, although the IRS says it will be added. If the IRS doesn't add the ability to include a child born in the year 2021 by the end of the year, parents will need to claim the entire child tax credit on their tax returns in early 2022. At that point, they would be able to claim $3,600 for their newborns. And for my friends in the state of California, don't forget that October 15th today is also the deadline to file your taxes if you wish to receive your stimulus checks. This Friday's deadline for filing 2020 state personal income tax returns is also the deadline to qualify for California's Golden State stimulus payments. Governor Gavin Newsom's administration has said that 2 out of every 3 Californians are eligible for a share of $12 billion in Golden State stimulus payments. The original program aimed at Californians with low incomes was expanded in July to cover people making $75,000 or less. Most Californians who qualify don't have to do anything to receive the payments as long as they have filed their 2020 tax return. And for those who are still waiting on their stimulus check, when will the next round of these checks be released? The tax board will release the 4th batch of the Golden State stimulus payments as direct deposits and paper checks by October 31st. The tax board cannot yet detail how many payments would be sent out during this release. Previous batches have ranged in size from $650,000 to $2 million. Each release has been spaced about 2 weeks apart. The 3rd batch arrived in bank accounts and as paper checks on October 5th, meaning this time around, the delay between batches will be the longest yet at more than 3 weeks. Now, keep in mind the state also has various processing constraints, including printing and mailing, the tax board added. After the October 5th release, more than half of the payments had gone out. It is estimated that more than 9 million Californians qualify for the stimulus payments. The tax board will continue processing returns through the filing deadline of October 15th. And just as a quick recap, here are some of the requirements that you must meet in order to qualify. So the first scenario is if you qualified for the first Golden State stimulus payment and claimed a credit of 1 or more dependents, you'll receive $500. However, if you did not qualify for that first stimulus payment and did not claim a credit of 1 or more dependents, you'll receive $600. And if you did not qualify for that first stimulus and claimed 1 or more dependents, you could receive $1,100. Lastly, if you qualified for the stimulus and did not claim a credit for 1 or more dependents, you do not qualify for the second stimulus payment. So let's talk about a hot topic. The IRS wants to monitor transactions in all U.S. bank accounts over $600. Let's go into the details. So the Biden administration wants Congress to give the IRS authority to look into people's bank accounts as a tool for helping find tax cheats. The premise is solid. Massive tax avoidance robs the Treasury as much as $280 billion per year, with wealthy evaders dodging the most in taxes. One recent study found top 1% of earners underreport their income by 21%. Matching bank records with tax filings and other documents the IRS already has would help identify who's hiding money and where. So why exactly are they trying to do this? Why exactly are they trying to snoop into people's accounts? So the Democrats with slight majorities in both houses of Congress also need new revenue to pay for a broad package of social welfare and green energy programs they want to pass by the end of the year. President Biden says an extra $80 billion in enforcement funding over a decade could help the IRS collect an extra $700 billion in taxes Americans already owe. that would be 900% return on investment. If the return is only 1/3 of that, it would still be a bargain. Anti-government sentiment is near historic highs. The spread of disinformation is too. The Treasury Department says IRS bank reviews would target the wealthy, not lower or middle income families. So the original plan was for the IRS to monitor accounts with balances of more than $600, which is meant to filter out inactive accounts or those held by kids. That threshold is way too low. Democrats drafting legislation are considering raising the cutoff to $10,000, but $100,000 or even $1 million might be a better limit. Any proposal to monitor bank accounts in this climate would need ironclad assurances that ordinary people won't end up as collateral damage, even if they do cheat in small ways by paying household workers in cash. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notifications button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you next time.